Welcome back, welcome back,
Welcome
welcome back.
back. Does not go like that.
Y'all
I'm,
know I'm the singer in the
I'm
group.
gonna stay out of grown folks'
You know
business.
I'm the singer in the group. So anyway, hey everybody, welcome to Conversations Overheard,
Happy Tuesday.
your favorite webcast for 50 and up. We talk about everything that pertains to Chapter 2. Anybody who's 50 and close to 50, this show is for you.
It is. It is. And boy, do we have a show for you tonight.
We do.
So, controlling or insecure behavior in relationships. Kimmy and I saw a little reel, and it was about a woman who was saying that if a man, that's interested in you, you start dating, he wants you to change everything about you, but he met you that way. And he's like, oh, you don't need that. You don't need makeup, or you don't have to dress like that. You don't have to do that. You're fine the way you are. She was like, don't believe him. Don't believe him because A, he met you like that, right? He didn't meet you in a brown paper bag and,
Right.
With the hair in a ponytail. And, he's not on social media not liking, all these made up women. He's
Right.
not going after just, Molly the homemaker. No, he's not doing that. He's, in her view, is insecure because you're so dolled up, you look fabulous, and other men are going to see you. And so we kind of had a little brief discussion. We were like, this is a good conversation. We'll have it tonight.
On air.
On air.
So
Gary's
Gary,
nodding his head like, well.
I mean, when I think of control, I think of, a man controlling a woman through money. And, he
talk a little bit louder.
Yeah,
he
you are.
uses that money to control that woman. And I do think that, it is an insecurity. I think that, you should never have to control anyone. You all should be a team. I just really believe that in my heart. But to control someone through the money, it'll always be somebody with more money. It'll always be, it's
Yeah.
just, it's short-sighted to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you went right to money, and I guess that is probably the biggest way to control someone's, because you can't move without money.
Right.
You're kind of stuck in the spot, stuck in the mud, and that's a very common sort of control. But as it relates to trying to control a woman being a woman, like we do things to make us feel good. We do things to make us feel pretty. We get our hair done. We get our feet done. We get our nails done. We're taking care of our bodies. It's called self-care. And for some person,
Self-care.
right, to come in and say, hey, you don't need to do that. You're fine with your crusty toes. You look great.
Not the crusty toes.
You don't have to comb your hair. Who cares? And that's an extreme, but it's still someone trying to tell you, don't take care of your person. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you no longer, you should feel bad about doing it. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to get into your mind and manipulate the way you feel about yourself and the way you take care of yourself. I think that's controlling, and I do think it stems from a place of insecurity. And I'll just add my own little two-bit about it. Years and years ago, I dated a guy who, when he met me, he was like, oh, you're very fit, I like that. Very attracted to it. And within our relationship, that only lasted like a month over a year. So maybe a year. Anyhow, he was just very upset that I was a fit person. He was like, you got your arms all out. And you I'm like, what?
Every time she says that, I giggle because having your arms out is
Where am I supposed to put them?
so basic and fundamental. It's like, what is that?
But it was a thorn in his side because he felt like other people were going to be seeing these arms. You know what I mean? Like, I have arms like everybody else have arms.
No, they're fantastic. Yeah.
Well, thank you, but still,
But so let me just your 2 cents. it's very similar to my 2 cents. I know. What a shocker. We think very similarly. I really think that insecurities or controlling, feeling the need, the urge to control something, I think is human. It's human nature. We just want to control things that are happening around us.
Yeah.
Most people do. You want to control. We even want to control the weather, right? We get mad when it's too cold in Chicago. We're like,
We don't
damn,
know. Right.
right? It's snowing. Damn it! Why isn't it? We want to. It's a human need to control. But when you are obsessively trying to control other people's behavior, that is a sign to me of insecurity and maybe even past trauma. Something, it makes me wonder when I meet people like that, like what happened to you that made you feel like you need to control other people. And sometimes people are controlling emotionally with put downs, with negative energy. You know,
Oh,
to try
with
to
digs.
with
Yeah,
digs,
gotcha.
with shade,
Mhm.
with insults, like with dabs. Yeah. So
Nice, nasty. Mm-hmm.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So, and it's a way to demean you to make you feel less than,
Absolutely.
so that you will stay feeling down here because they feel down here.
Like they want to make you small
Yeah, because they feel small inside.
so they can feel big.
Correct. So it is, and you know, I think it's a form of it's insecurity. The controlling behavior stems excessively controlling behavior comes from insecurity. Sometimes I wonder, does it come from other disorders?
Hmm.
You know.
I mean, it could be, somebody like Gary said who wants to control the money. One would like to think that a man may feel like I'm just so good with finances that I feel like I should be the one controlling this, and maybe he is a
And I was
master
going to
with
say
it.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
If he's
you know?
if he's
But-
good with money, but if he's
Right,
not,
exactly.
and he just wants to control the money, you have to look at
Exactly.
it like, well, why do you want to do that when you just filed bankruptcy 2 weeks ago?
And well, I do think in a relationship you have to know your person's strength and weaknesses. Like I was really good when I was married. My ex-husband was very good with he has a mathematical mind, so he was good with the numbers. I am not good with numbers, but I am really good with insurance and things like that. Like he didn't know how to because I did
You're
medical
good
sales
with
for so long.
deadlines.
Well,
And-
deadline, medical insurance, the house management.
Yeah.
I ran that, so
Well, that's a good
know,
team.
Yeah, you have to know the strengths
Yeah.
and weaknesses, but like controlling behaviors is a little different. But yeah, what were you gonna say? I can tell
No,
you.
no. I'm listening to you and I'm thinking that I'm processing as you speak, and just the whole concept of control. How can you control something this that can't be controlled? How do you try to control another person?
It
How do
happens
you?
all the time.
I don't get that though. I'm missing something
You
there.
mean you don't understand how it could happen or why someone would try to do that?
I don't
Like, you
understand why a person would feel the need to do something. I don't understand
Because-
the motivation.
Because some people don't feel good about themselves. They just don't feel, and I won't say innately because I don't think they're born with it, but I think that something has happened in their childhood. Maybe they didn't grow up feeling like they should, loved, or maybe they grew up comparing themselves to other people and they felt in their mind they fell short. Maybe they didn't reach a goal in life that they always aspired to reach. Maybe
Or abandonment, when people leave and walk out of your life,
Right.
when you find someone and you love them, you may try your best to just smother them and keep them in this bubble that you control,
Right.
so that they won't leave you, so that they won't abandon you. And so, yes, I do believe maybe past trauma can play a big part in why people
100%.
need to micromanage everything about a person. But sometimes when people don't understand things, I'm always like, well, let me make it more tangible. So this is what I'm thinking for you. You are a very affectionate person, and you are by and large, a very popular person. You know, a lot of people, a lot of places from a lot of different years. You hug and kiss and take pictures with women forever, as long as I've known you. And I can't see any woman getting into a relationship with you and not know that, right? You just know it. But if they get into a relationship with you and they know it, and then at some point in time it becomes a thorn in their side and they want you not to do that, to me, it's like, okay, so you're trying to control me. You're trying to manipulate me, make me feel bad, like I wasn't supposed to do this when I was doing this before you met me. You know what I mean? So why would somebody want to do that? Because they feel insecure. That is how I'm feeling. You know, like maybe it was one person that you shouldn't have hugged and kissed. You know, so that's a different scenario. But for the big picture, this is who you are, Gary. Like, changing that about you would be someone who's trying to just manipulate, you know, your movement.
Interestingly, it's something that, you know, when I'm in a relationship, I'm aware that I have to kind of tone that behavior down.
Yeah.
And that is, you know, just out of from a respect standpoint, I don't ever want to do something to somebody or to someone that I am doing it in a way that, you know, I say, well, I've always done this. I'm going to continue to do it.
Right.
And I'm just going to, you know, do that because I've always done it that way. You know, as I get older, I'm a lot more conscious of people's feelings.
Now I don't know what happens after the pictures. I'm just saying the pictures, right?
No. But I mean, you know, for years and years and years, you know, I'm hugged up with this person. I'm hugged up with that person. You know, I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And in a relationship situation, that it can be something for a person. Certainly for a person that's not secure.
Yeah.
It can be very off-putting. And I'm aware of that. So I try to, you know, in those situations where I am in a relationship, I try not to do as much of that.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to...
That's considerate.
You have to be, though, because
Yeah.
you know, the thing that, you know, my litmus test for everything now is what you want someone to do to you.
I was going to say, because how would you feel if you were in a relationship and the person that you were dating, first of all, would you want to be in a relationship if you saw a woman that was always taking pictures with guys and she was always hugged up with some guy? That's the first thing, because I know there's a double standard. There's a double standard in everything, and that's okay. I accept it. But would you want to be? Would you even embark upon a relationship with a woman that was always in pictures with guys hugged up? And then if you were in a relationship with her and she still continued to do that, how would you feel?
It wouldn't bother me in the least bit. I mean, I'm
Okay.
very confident in who I am.
Okay.
And I've dated somebody that was, you know, sort of a local celebrity. So, you know, man,
It didn't bother you. You didn't have the reaction that Ben Affleck had to J-Lo.
No.
He was like, it's too much. I can't.
No. No, I mean, it was more like, you know, when we get home tonight, I got you. So,
Oh,
no,
my
I mean,
God.
it wasn't, I'm a lot more confident in who I am.
Okay. That's good.
So, just because I'm Janae, she's Kim, and you're Gary, doesn't mean we have to think just for Janae, Kim, and Gary. So, you know, you're the only man on the couch,
Mm-hmm.
in the chair. I'm just wondering, you know, it may not be you, and you're very secure in who you are, but you know a lot of people, and every man you know would not be as secure in that
That's true.
you know,
I
in their relationships with that same behavior.
I certainly see how that happens. I know specific instances of where it has not worked out well,
Right.
or it has been a subject or a topic of consternation or controversy or something. So I mean, you know, to each their own. I mean, for some people, they're not really at that place where they could deal with that. They are not confident in themselves and their relationship and their mate and their ability to keep their mate, whatever that may be. I can't speak to all of the reasons why people feel that way, but I know of many situations where people are like,
I'm not that person who's going to feel like I want my man hugged up with Sally Jane and, you know, Lisa.
You said you wouldn't feel like
No,
that?
I'm not that person. I'm not like, oh, and it doesn't really have anything to be to do. It's not even about security or insecurity. It's just about I don't like that. I'm not doing it. I don't want you to do it. That's just not what I envision my relationship to look like. And, I just don't. Like, that shit is all for me.
I mean, I get it, and like I said, I dated a local celebrity, and they had that type of that was how they conducted themselves, and so
Okay.
I had to kind of just understand and appreciate that.
And then sometimes, just one thing here. Sometimes a woman who is very, I don't know what you would call her. Maybe a celebrity, but maybe a non-celebrity, but a celebrity in her own little right.
Hmm.
In her head.
And she has a lot of male friends,
She has a following.
but males. So sometimes that could give a man the wrong impression when she's just being her popular self, but he's seeing it and feeling like it's energy you're giving me. And so when he does something to advance that, and now you have a man, there's a problem. When the signals get crisscrossed, when things just aren't clear, you know,
Sometimes people do misread energy.
they do.
That's very true.
You could have just been friendly and somebody thought that was a buying signal,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh no, I'm like that with everyone.
First of all, I don't want nobody that don't nobody else want. So, if I'm the only one that figured it out, I'm not that damn smart. So that's numero uno. Then from there, I mean, I'm confident in who I am. I'm not, do you?
Okay. I hear what you're saying. I understand that. Yeah. I'm not going to try to persuade you out of that, but I do. I don't know if that's the average. I don't think the average man thinks like that.
I mean,
Well, maybe they do at this age. I don't know. I haven't talked to a whole lot of. I certainly have not taken a poll on on this. So, with the few men that I do talk to, like, hey, I should have.
I don't think-
I
I
should have
don't
asked
think
a couple
so.
guys.
I don't
But now
think
I'm
so.
curious. So
Yeah.
I'm.
Cast
my
your
t-
votes
my
now.
my 2 or 3 male friends.
But yeah.
That I'm going to definitely reach out and ask them would that be an issue for them.
I mean, it's lonely. It's not a path that everybody can walk or chooses to walk even. But I mean, for me, I'm just not into it like that. I know what I have. I know what I got. I know what I'm capable of. I suspect that I know what my mate is capable of. So we're gonna roll like that.
Have you
Okay.
ever been in a situation or, yeah, because it doesn't have to be you being the culprit. It could be her, where a woman was trying to change you, making you, yes, yeah, okay.
I mean, that's kind of what women do. Is they fix things, they make things better. The new and improved. Women are that species or that creature or whatever.
You think so?
I absolutely believe it.
Okay.
I mean, from doing it with their children, doing it with things in their lives. I mean, women fix everything except cars.
And so, was it okay when they were trying to fix you? I mean, did you view yourself as broken?
I don't know that I
Or
equate.
are we talking about changing?
I don't know that I equate me being fixed to me being broken. There's necessarily a place where I am and a place that person is trying to get me to. Now, did I always want to go to those places? No, but I never looked at myself as broken. I always looked at, somebody had an idea of who they thought I could be, so they were trying to motivate me to get to that space. And sometimes it was cool, and sometimes it was not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of the thing that comes to mind instantly is that I had a person that, didn't like me being very gregarious. And they were like, why are you always friendly? Why do you talk to everybody at the table? And it's funny because this kind of just occurred this weekend. And it was a cousin that was telling me that, like, hey, why are you speaking to everybody? And when I
Whose
went,
cousin?
my cousin.
Really?
And like, why are you speaking to everybody? And I'm like, because we gonna be at this table for a couple hours.
Right.
You know,
Right.
right.
Let's be friends.
Right.
Right.
Maybe they give me a sign or something if they got some other stuff going on that I need to
Wow.
know about. But it was just that's what I think about. But I don't, people have tried to change me. I mean, that's
Same.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. That part doesn't bother me.
So let me go circle back to women are fixers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I agree with that.
Not every.
No, I know that there are no absolutes.
Mm-hmm.
So we can always say that there are no absolutes. And I'm not a super literal person. So I know you're not making a blanket statement.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even think the majority of women are fixers. I don't know. I think if anything, maybe when we were younger, maybe so. But I think at this age, in this era of our lives, women are tired. We're gonna sit back. I'm not fixing nothing. You come to me whole,
Yeah.
and let's do this. Let's travel. Like I want one man. I want one man that I could travel with. Like you said, I want to know who my New Year's Eve date is. Other than right now, it's always my line sister, because I don't want to date around. Like I know people keep telling me you should date more than one, but I don't want to do that. I want to date one person. I don't want a whole bunch of men in my life. I want one person I can travel with that I can count on, and I'm not fixing nothing. So, and that's just how it is for me. So, and when I talk to other women who are in my age range, they feel the same way. How I'm feeling is not new.
Well, can I just 1 second? So I'm listening to you,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that there's a part of you that will mother and wife, because it's just part of your
Because
DNA.
I was married for so
Yeah.
long,
And
and that is
so
true.
maybe that's part of the component of fixing. Like he says, a vision of what you could be. Like you're very helpful. You can meet somebody and they can tell you that they're doing, oh, I do this and that. Well, you know what you should do? You can do this, and then you can do that, and then you know what I can do. And so maybe that's part of what, not necessarily like just fixing somebody, but your mind is always moving and shaking
And caring.
Yeah.
So I am a nurturer.
So-
And that even is part of why I'm so good at my job as a flight attendant, because my job is to keep people safe and to keep people comfortable. And that I take care of people the way that I want to be taken care of.
So maybe
And that's
not
how
fix
I-
like, you came to me broken, I'm gonna fix you like that. But
Like,
maybe
yeah.
just
I'm going to teach you how
I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm
So-
still morphing you into something better.
I'm gonna help
So
you.
when
I'm
you
gonna help
said-
you with your big words.
Right.
Yeah, so when you said I want women come and they're fixers, I was thinking like we are like, oh no, he didn't really dress well, I'm gonna fix him up, or no,
Right.
he doesn't know how to be romantic, I'm gonna teach him.
Or he
I'm
can't
not gonna
read,
teach you how
but
to
I'm
be
gonna help
romantic.
you.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Big words.
Yeah, I'm not going to teach
We
anybody
get it.
how to be romantic.
Right.
You need to come to the table with that. I
Right,
can
right.
teach you what I like, or if you really, I'm not going to tell you what I like, but you should get to know me and learn me. You should be able to learn my heart, my body, all of that. And if you're not willing to learn those things, then it's not going to work. But I'm not going to teach you how to do that.
Well, I think the fixers, it's a space. You have to be in that space to want to do it. I think that at their core, women are fixers. I do think that you can grow out of it, that you can become unhappy with the process. You can say, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But at their core, I do believe that women are fixers. I really honestly believe that in my heart. And so,
So I'm gonna link that back to controlling behavior and insecure behavior. Do you think that part of the fixing process is to control?
I don't see it like that in all situations. I mean, for some people,
That's a good question.
they do want to, fix you as a control mechanism. But there's also a part of it where, you know, I like you and I see ways that you can be better. So I am going to try to lead you on that path.
Yeah.
So I see it a little bit both ways. I think that you can do it, and you're trying to fix a person for the purposes of control. You were nothing without me. You would never be here. You would never do this. You would never do that.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a part of it where I love you. I want to be with you, and here's some things that you could do better. So I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna get you to that point. I'm going to try to make you or help you get to be a better version of yourself. So.
Yeah. I mean, like, to take this a little bit back, because I think we've kind of moved in, right, a little bit off the track. But if someone like me who loves to golf, if I met someone and, they were like, they knew I golf, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I decided to form a relationship with them, and that became a problem at some point. Well, you're gone for 5 hours, every Saturday, well, what about me? That would, to me, someone trying to manipulate me, because
You don't spend enough time.
they're
and then
insecure
go on the
about,
guilt
right.
trip.
But
But that's growth and maturity.
you already know I'm not giving them golf.
And it's 6 other days in the week. If you got your Saturday
Well,
thing.
that's all right.
I dated a girl that every Saturday morning she would get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and go get her hair done.
5
I
o'clock?
thought you were
Yeah.
gonna say go run.
No.
What?
And she would go and get her hair done every Saturday morning. And they had a whole little ghetto spa day. They would be there and drinking, and it was crazy. But I knew that about her. So I'm not tripping on that.
But it wasn't an all day thing, though, was it?
No, it was. It was, they
Oh.
would get there at 5, and then,
You see at 5 in the evening, right?
Right, they had the brunch at the 50, So I mean, it's that went on for a period of time.
Okay.
But I never got mad at her for doing those things or expected her like, can't you just not do it one day? No, go do you.
Right.
I'm cool.
Right.
Because that was her thing.
That was her thing. And I mean, it's like, it's 6 other days in the week. So I'm not going to really get her Saturday. Or if we went out Saturday night, if, she wasn't really, really inebriated, then, she looked good because her hair had been done.
Right.
So, I mean, it didn't bother me like that.
But, for a man to say, like, oh, you're beautiful, when they meet you, and then you get into a relationship, and then, they're like, oh, I'm going to take you shopping, but they want to buy you all the frumpy clothes. Like,
That's control.
that is control. Like, I'm going to pull this up a little bit and get you a collar, and,
Stop wearing makeup. Stop doing this.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really, and I know someone like that too. And he was dating a very nice looking woman, and every time he saw her, he'd want to wipe her makeup off, and it was just like, you didn't meet her like that.
right.
But that's a sign of true love, is that when what attracted you keeps you. Because typically what happens is what you all are saying.
All right,
that
just
what,
say one more time again.
And that's
what attracted you
What-
keeps you.
No,
And
it's a sign of-
go back to, that's a sign of true love?
That's a sign of true love to me, because what attracted you keeps you. Because what happens is that what attracts you ends up repulsing you. She had
Okay.
all this blah, 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 blah hanging out. And then all of a sudden you like, hold on, let me give you a cover up.
Let me give you a coat. Here,
Yeah.
put this on. Right.
Right. I want you to walk behind this veil everywhere you go. So when you truly love somebody, what attracted you continues to draw you in, and that's my definition of it. That's my feeling and my thought about it.
Or sometimes, like you said, it becomes the thing that repulses you.
Yeah.
That repels, because you're either attracting.
He's saying, well, that's not true love then, right?
That's not true love.
You're either attracting or you're repelling.
Yeah, but that's not true love.
No.
If I like the the badonkadonk, but then now I'm like, hey, cover that up,
Right.
and
Or your badonkadonk is too big. You need to lose some
right,
weight.
yeah, or just sniping at you every day, like
Right.
wow.
Digs,
Yes,
shade.
yeah.
Right.
Why you eating that?
That's not true love, and that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
Right.
And one of the
It is.
things that I have really been on is that I want good energy, and I want to make healthy decisions. I want things that lead to my overall mental health.
There you go.
Because when you are falling out of what attracted you, when you are falling out of whatever love or lust that was, and you're not able to articulate that you are insecure, and you go the route of, digs and shade and insults and, nice nasty ish shit, you are scarring the other person because you're
Yeah.
trying to chip away at who they are at their core and make them feel bad,
Yeah.
so that they no longer see that beautiful, vibrant person. You're trying to dim their light, and that's not going to make your light bulb any damn brighter.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're just hurting someone that you supposedly care for.
I mean, it's hard in the situation that, we're saying this and we're like, it's a blueprint, and we know, it's a diagram and all of these instructions. But people do things, and I don't know that they know that they're being unhealthy. I don't know that they know.
You don't think so?
You know when
I
you're
think
doing
you do.
stuff wrong.
I think-
I don't think that most people could articulate it that are that way. I don't think so. I think that they would articulate it different.
I don't know if people know when they have past trauma, and therefore I'm feeling traumatized from my childhood because of my feelings of abandonment with my mother and father. So therefore I'm going to be insulting and demeaning to other people, to put other people down. I don't think people think like that. But I do think that people are very well aware of when they're being hurtful to others, or when they're withholding affection to others, or when they are being just unkind or not good humans. I think that they know that.
They may not know why. But they
I don't,
know they're doing
and that's
it.
the part that I'm talking about, the why.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I have a friend who is married, and his wife has, oh my God, it's just unbelievable.
Unbelievable what?
What? Body?
Yeah, oh my God.
Okay.
And he
I know
hates
you said
that.
The wallet.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah.
Right.
He hates it
He hates it.
that her body's banging.
Yeah, and he hates, and I mean, there's a very accentuated part of her body. I'm trying not to say.
Just say it.
Her
No,
behind.
because I don't want to say it because it makes it obvious who she is.
Oh.
You know how many big behinds it is in the world now? Are you
like-
kidding?
But I
You-
gave,
you
some,
already-
I
you
gave
already-
some context.
You already did this, so we know that she has hips. And
Right.
But I don't.
I would not figure it out.
Yeah,
There's too many behinds in the world.
Yeah,
today.
But
we're in Chicago.
Right.
There's a whole lot of shapely
Y'all are
women.
not talking me into this.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
all right.
So within that, I mean, it's he articulates it in that it makes him mad. That she will not do anything to de-emphasize it. That that's the way that he
Like wear a
articulates.
cape.
Or have a veil or a 6-foot portable wall that goes in front of her.
Right.
I don't think that he would be able to articulate that it makes him feel some type of way.
Really?
I don't believe
He
that
just
could do
walks around mad when he's with her.
that. He's not perpetually mad.
But he's
So-
looking at other guys. Look at her. Is what he's doing.
That is it
He's
sometimes.
looking at
And when we've had
eyeballs,
conversations about it, and he's I mean, almost in this high pitched voice, like, man, and and I'm like,
So is she dressing so out the box and so inappropriately that
no, he's crossed the line on this one.
he's crossed the line?
It's him, not her.
It's him, not her. Yeah.
It's him,
Okay.
not her. Okay.
Okay.
Well,
I mean, and more importantly, to your original point, he met her like that.
right.
Yeah.
You
I was
got
gonna say, like, did she just
This is homegrown.
go under
Right, she didn't
a
like
knife
come back
and
from
get this?
right. She didn't
booty
come
or
back from the Dominican and
Yeah,
like
'cause
bling
I'm like-
bling.
Right.
No, it was she was endowed,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
and he, when he articulates it or when we talk about it, it's that she won't de-emphasize it.
Well, she's not the only one. He should feel better about it now. Like, it's so many big booties in the world.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a whole lot of
It-
shapely
every-
women. Who cares?
you walk into a room, it's 19 of them. So, like, get over it, man.
I mean,
Feel better about it, at least.
I have my own feelings about him and her and
Yeah.
all of that.
Right.
That's, I don't think that he's necessarily approaching it from a realistic standpoint.
Yeah.
I don't
know how you de-emphasize it other than, like you said, we'll just put her in a wooden box and
Yeah,
roll her
because even if
around.
she wore sweatpants, everybody's gonna see that big old booty.
Right.
I mean, I can say that word de-emphasize, but I promise you I can't spell it and I have no idea what it truly means.
I don't care what she's wearing. If she,
It is what it is.
people are gonna see it. They're
Exactly.
gonna know she has a great body. He should be happy. Your wife I don't know if she's beautiful, but I'm gonna say
She's a very good looking woman.
beautiful woman with the banging body. You should be happy. You should be proud.
And she's yours.
And she's yours.
And,
She only wants you.
My line, you going home with her tonight.
Yeah,
Right.
she only wants you.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that make a man happy? Wouldn't that?
I can't speak for men, and it's not making him happy. Let me say
I
that.
don't get men who are insecure about that.
He's
Like,
at
are
night
you
trying to
serious?
pull some out every night.
Yeah.
Let me rub it down, girl. I'm gonna rub some of it out. I don't. It's unhealthy to me,
Yeah.
and that's really my charge. I want
And
to be
think
healthy.
how that makes her feel, though. You know what I mean? Because he's mad about it. So now she knows he's mad. She knows her husband. Now she has to feel bad about her body. That's
Yeah.
traumatic.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
scarring.
She's very
Yes.
secure, and either she's a great actress, or she
But
just
she knows what
doesn't-
she sees in the mirror.
No,
But
yeah.
it's just the feeling of how
That-
he's making her feel about her body.
That's right.
And how you're.
That's right.
It's very
it
important
wears
to a
on
woman
That her
of how
man
her mate
feels
looks at.
about.
Okay.
That's so true. how you respond to me in person.
Yes.
Online, in person, whatever, it's important to me. I remember when I got my divorce and I was talking to a business acquaintance, and who is, he's a social acquaintance. He's my sorority sister's husband. He's a restaurateur. He said it is going to take a hell of a man and a very secure man to date you. And I never forgot that. And I was like, what? But now I understand. I get it. It
I think
you
it's
know,
a lot
when
harder.
you give a lot of attention, it and everybody can't handle that.
I think it's a lot harder to date too when that person that you're trying to date knows what they want. If you just out here aimless,
Yeah.
everything that come along seem like a great thing, but when you know what you want, and and I mean, you certainly have your it has to fit in this area, and so I mean those are great things, but it makes the process that much harder. It's
Being selective always does.
Yeah, it definitely, because you eliminate so many people.
Right.
So many people are like, no, never.
Just because there's a vacancy for a position
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you just fill it with, someone who has, a work history.
Right, has high school degree,
Right.
high school diploma. No.
No, you have to be the actual perfect candidate. Yeah.
Correct.
Hey, no fist bumping this. Page 53 of the rule book. There will be no fist bumping.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Well, I enjoyed the conversation.
I always enjoy our conversations. Let us know what you guys think about controlling behaviors and insecurities in relationships.
Yeah. Have you had an insecure person trying to change you, what you look like, what you dress like?
Or are you the controlling one in the relationship? Are you trying to change someone?
Are you trying to isolate them from everything that they love and want to do that they were doing before you?
Let us know.
Yeah.
If you are the controlling one, why are you like that? Stop it!
And do you think that's going to keep them? That's what I want to know. Do you think that's actually going to keep the person, or is it going to push them away? Because I think sometimes we can over control things, and what it does is it just makes that person want whatever they can't have even more.
Okay. Yeah. So let us know. Oh, well, let's talk about February 8th.
February 8th.
Little dance.
Right. I gave her some beats, but that's a different dance. Right. Conversations Overheard in person is February 8th. That is a Saturday. It is from 4 to 8 p.m. It is at the Green Dragon, which is 2255 West Taylor Street. And
Delicious
we want you
food.
there. Oh,
Let me
yeah.
tell
The
you, I am
tacos
not
are
a
banging.
foodie, but this food is so good. I'm not even a taco person. But
They even have
the
vegetarian
bowls,
options.
the bowls are so good. Nobody care about no vegetarian mess. Some chicken and rice is so good. It is off the chain. So join us once a month, and we are back doing this monthly. We have in-person conversations. We do not videotape because we want you guys to come with it with the conversations and authenticity. and we respect everyone's opinions, and we're having really good discussions in person. So should we talk about the main discussion?
We should. We absolutely should. And before we even tell you what it is, let me just say that we have wanted to do this conversation, this topic, for 2 years. We just wanted to make sure it was the right time, and right now, it is the right culture for it.
It is. It is the right culture. We will be discussing colorism, and we are having a panel of people coming to us and of different shades and discussing their experiences professionally and personally with colorism. So thank you. So far we have, let us know if you want to be on this panel. Let me just say that. We have Robin Pratt, we have Lisa Pilot, we have Lisa
We
Foster.
didn't have to do that part.
Well, no, it's important. So if you want to come and share your experiences, please reach out to us. You text, DM, inbox. Let us know. You can certainly, we'll consider you being on the panel. And February 8th, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're going to put the ticket link up sometime within the next day or so.
2250 West Taylor Street.
2255 West.
2255.
West Taylor.
I love the movie phone voice.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We cannot wait to see you on Saturday. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment, and please share.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great evening. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Got a lot of things to turn off here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. You did it.
I didn't go further than that 'cause I don't know.
I don't see it anymore.